Hello, Sagittarius, and welcome to this sacred space. I'm Adriana, and together we're going to go on a journey to uncover your spiritual message and focus for the week. Ooh, the world sends you the world. This is a really great energy of ecstasy, of joyfulness, of the idea that you're dancing your own dance to the beat of your own drum. So whatever happens this week, Sagittarius, anything that pulls you off of less than joy or less than total appreciation and love for this moment, for the joy of getting to be yourself no matter where you are, anything that pulls you off of that, remember this. Remember this, that the world has given you the world. That you are beating your own drum, you're dancing to the beat of your own drum, and that's the only joy that you truly need. So, oh my, you're responding with the Ten of Wands. So I get it, Sagittarius, you're overburdened. There's a lot going on. You're feeling overwhelmed, and you're also feeling like there's many things pulling your attention from many different places. And this is why I believe the universe is asking you just to kind of check out for a second. Just put down those wands for a second and come back into this space, this ecstatic space, however you access it. If it's literally dancing around the room or dancing with no clothes on or spending time at your favorite place, or listening to your favorite music, whatever gets you to that state where you're so happy to be in your body and you're happy to be here, then go back and pick up the responsibilities, then go back and pick up the things that people are asking you to do, and those burdens are not going to feel so heavy anymore. Okay. Lovely. The sun. It's funny, we have the sun, should be one more card, and then the world. Strength, other way. Ooh, all right. So Sagittarius, you're in the thick of it, aren't you? It is taking all your strength in the world to stay firmly affixed on your truth. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it, but she's got blue eyes, and blue eyes to me are connected to that throat chakra, that area of the truth. You're doing all you can to see through deception. You're doing all you can to see through the lies, and you're doing all you can to stay true to what your heart is telling you. It is taking all your strength. I get it. I understand why we had this Ten of Wands over here. It is taking all your strength to do this. But what's coming behind you and what is actually supporting the Ten of Wands moving into the world is the sun. The return of your vitality, the return of your joy, the return of fun, and the illumination. So part of me wants to say, Sagittarius, because she's kind of half turning. She's not totally facing here. She's halfway turned to this sun energy. I'm thinking you need to do a full revolution. Just like all of our planets revolve around the sun, you need to do a full revolution and face the sun for a second and not the shadow. Stop worrying about all this darkness. Stop worrying about the shadow side. Stop worrying about the shadow self for a second and turn around and connect to the sun. Connect to the vitality. Connect to your creativity and connect to that vision that the sun gives you. So very simple metaphor, when it's dark out, we can't really see much. The minute we turn on a light, which is metaphor for the sun, or the minute the sun comes up, suddenly the entire landscape is illuminated. The big picture is illuminated. The true direction of where we're headed and the way that will point us to success is illuminated. There's a danger that if you stay here a little too much, your identity is going to be based on the opposite of the shadow, but not necessarily the light. It'll be the not shadow, but that doesn't mean the light. So that's why it's important to turn around and get your vitality, your vision, and your strength from the sun, the bigger picture, the bigger vision, the bigger idea of what's really going on. This shadow stuff is deceptive. there are people that are still asleep on this card, right? And he's awake, definitely. And, you know, you need to be especially strong or especially awakened to handle his energy. It's a warning about what happens when people are asleep and you're trying to to interact with them. When they're asleep, they're being controlled by a force that they're not in control of. And I do feel like we are talking about, nope, okay, they're telling me it's going both ways. This can be a situation outside of you or it can be within you as well. When you're dealing with parts that are not awake or are not conscious or aware of what's going on, there's a power that fuels them that is untamable. And that's why it is important to look for the light, look for the truth. I think, yeah, I was right. The sun has blue eyes too. So we're talking about seeing things with the truth, but you cannot see the truth through the shadow at this moment. You're only going to be able to see the truth by looking at the truth, and then the shadow will either fall away or it will make sense or it will lose its power. Okay? But now is not the time. Sometimes we're asked to go into the shadow. We're asked to go in there to uncover it and to love it and to integrate it. That's not what's being asked this week. This week is actually turning away from that shadow because it's confusing to you and it's causing you to carry much more energy than you need to be carrying right now. It's aligning with the sun so that you can truly see the shadow for what it is, what parts of it are real and what parts of it are not. Okay, I'm being told to draw one more card. It might end up being 2 cards. Bottom or middle? Okay, they're telling you middle. All right, 8 of Swords, and I want one more. 10 of Swords. All right, that's the thing, is that all of this shadow stuff is getting you lost in your head. And it's not allowing you to get to the point of ending. It's not allowing any closure. It's not allowing any moving forward. So, again, your strength is being tested, but it's being tested to turn. And as the world turns, isn't that a soap opera? I don't know. I don't watch soap operas, so I don't know these things. But it's asking you to turn. It's asking you to revolve, to get something in motion so that you can see where we're going. So we go back to the beginning. Do not lose sight of that joy. Do not turn your back on joy and look at the sun crowns of the world and the sun. Isn't that amazing? They both have light coming out of them. So that's your job this week, Sagittarius, is not to look at the darkness, but just to be the light. It's enough to be the light. The darkness will fall into place. Everything will make sense. But if something isn't real, like a shadow really isn't real, it falls away when the light comes out. Overhead, right? We could argue about this, but let's not. Okay? It's the light right now, not the shadow. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't subscribed yet, I would encourage you to do so. I do these readings every week to help you sprint and move forward on your path. If you want to move forward even faster, I invite you to check out my website listed in the description below. It is trueguidancetarot.com. There's some amazing one-on-one offerings there if you're looking again to catapult your progress forward. So I'll look forward to seeing you next time. You are so appreciated and have an awesome week.